This video, I'm going to show you 3 truths about your dominant vibration that by simply knowing changes everything. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you those 3 things about what is called your dominant vibration and how knowing these 3 things changes it all, because when we understand our reality, we get in life a direct reflection of what I call our dominant vibration. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he says that our vibration, and this really resonates with me, it really keeps it simple as well. Our vibration is a combination of what we think, how we feel, and what we do. Now, your dominant vibration is going to be the way you are consistently showing up in the world. And when you switch your dominant vibration from maybe playing small, maybe playing with a certain character profile, what I mean by that is maybe you view yourself as like the sidekick in someone else's movie, or you view yourself as like a victim. Whatever perspective you have, if that's the vibration that's being emitted, if that's the dominant vibration, then that will be the reality that you experience. And if you want to change your reality, you must change your dominant vibration, which means the way you are thinking, feeling, and acting at a greater core, at your core of the way you are being. Now, right now, I am at a event called Date with Destiny with Tony Robbins. I got my buddy Victor Otto right there in the back with his blue blockers on, doing his you doing big business stuff?
Big time.
He's doing big boy business stuff, okay? We're gonna let him do his thing. And we're at the Airbnb right now. We're getting ready to go in. I think it's the 3rd day. Time kind of blends into each other. But one thing that's really getting wired into us is understanding the power of consistency in conditioning. Consistently in conditioning. Now, this is actually the first thing I want to talk about. Is the first truth about your wired or your dominant vibration is that it has been wired into you as to this is who I am, and therefore that's been on autopilot, and you may have been living that out just completely because it's comfortable. So a lot of where we are right now is just simply comfortable. If you may, I know I used to work a 9-to-5 job, and going in every single day, getting a paycheck, I got paid every week, and when I went in, I just knew there's a level of certainty there that then I would, on the side of that, I would just have my paycheck, and I was just very, I wasn't passionate about selling shoes, but nonetheless it was something I did because it paid the bills, and it was comfortable. And something that we're learning a lot here as well is our beliefs, and it's actually quite, I've been teaching a lot about how our beliefs create our reality. And I knew Tony kind of talked about it, but in his seminar, he really talks about it. So it's interesting because there's like an overlap of a lot of things that I've shared in some of my videos, almost indirectly in a way. So it's cool to kind of see it language in a way like Tony, because he's been doing this for so long. But in general, when we're talking about this, realize that our dominant vibration, our consistency, at a certain point in our life, we decided we were a certain way, and then that also linked up to just how we conditioned ourselves in. Now, there's these things called values, and we all have certain things we value. Actually, they're called needs. We all have certain needs. There's the need to be significant, the need to be certain, the need for uncertainty, the need for self-connection with other people in love, the need for growth, and the need for contribution. And the thing is many times a lot of us will be trying to manifest what we want in our life. We're taking action, and being a certain way. And many times what happens is we have these driving forces in our life that we aren't even aware of, and we want to create things in our life based on a certain level of an outdated value system or an outdated need. So for example, a lot of people in that room, including myself, have a very achiever mindset, going to achieve something. And there is a certain level of wanting significance from that. What I mean by significant is to feel important, to feel special. And a lot of people that become successful, sometimes the energy underneath it is a desire to become more because maybe they were beat down younger in life. And maybe a lot of people also didn't believe in them. I had a lot of people not believe in me when I started on YouTube. And I almost, in a way, I was like, I'm gonna be successful no matter what. And those people that did believe in me, I'm gonna show them. And that ended up being a way on autopilot that I ended up becoming, is like wanting to continue to prove myself as if I already wasn't good enough already. And that remains on autopilot. So this is about being aware and really rewiring yourself and understanding that conditioning in of itself. Now the reason I talk about that, because I also wanted to talk about this other thing called certainty. There's a certain level of value that I have with certainty, for sure. And it's because I like consistency and routine, because then it allows me to more so focus on my craft of making videos and of doing what I'm doing in that area of my life of success and work. And that certainty, though, has actually caused me a lot of pain, because if people don't act within a certain way, then I start to feel like they're not going according to the expectation in my mind, the blueprint in my mind. And you know, something else that Dr. Joe Dispenza talks a lot about is that you have to step into the unknown to create some type of miracle. You can't create a miracle in the known, because if you consistently think, feel, and act a certain way, you're going to continue to get that reality. Our reality is a direct reflection of that. So the first thing that you must know about your vibration, that just knowing changes everything, is that right now there's a certain barometer. There's a certain autopilot of what is comfortable. It is uncomfortable for me to do something uncertain. It is uncomfortable because I'm not used to it. But if I were to do that, I would then change my dominant vibration over time. So this is about rewiring and reconditioning. Now the second thing I want to share with you about your dominant vibration is the power of the words I am. I am. And then whatever comes after I am. And the reason that is because, you know, you've probably heard me share on my channel before about the cybernetic mechanism of our self-image, of our identity. How do we see ourselves? However we see ourselves, we will do everything within our power to remain consistent to that identity. And the thing is, most of us don't know our identity. We're not aware of how we see ourselves. Let me ask you a question. Are you a shy person? Are you a loud extrovert? Are you somebody that is very bold? Or are you somebody that kind of questions yourself? Are you somebody that is your own boss? You motivate yourself, or you need someone to motivate you? How much money do you think you can make a year? Now, money is a side effect of the value you add, but how much money do you see yourself as being able to make a year? See, these questions will kind of put the light on how do you see yourself. Because I found that in my own life especially, any shift I've made in my dominant vibration, which means the way I'm thinking, feeling, and acting, has come from also shifting my self-image or identity, shifting my identity. There was a moment in my life when I decided I am now my own boss. I had a 9-to-5 job, even for 6 months after I said I am my own boss. I am my own boss. I am a full-time YouTuber, and I started making daily videos on YouTube regardless of how many people were watching. But I said, this is my new dominant vibration. I am a YouTuber. I am successful. Now I'm getting ready to move into doing live events. Totally different, totally uncertain as well, by the way. However, that uncertainty is what I need to step into, and by me saying I am this way, I am then affirming this new identity. So pay attention to your identity. When you become aware of the way you see yourself, that then changes things. And if you didn't know, one of my most powerful meditations I have is on changing the self-image, is on transforming your self-image and just deciding this is who I am now. It's funny, at this conference, there's the music that there's primed, you know, every like 10, 15 minutes you get up and jump so that you're always engaged. And there's a reason for it. It feels kind of funky sometimes because every 5 minutes you gotta give your partner a high five. You're like, yeah, you give them a high five. Then you gotta turn around, you gotta massage your partner, and then they massage you. I got lucky, my partner's a chiropractor. So I turned around and we did it, and I forgot he was a chiropractor. I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. But this is, that changes your state. And then what happens is it's about becoming aware of, in general, the way you see yourself. But like I was saying, the most powerful meditation I have is on changing your self-image. And a lot of the music is like, you will never be the same. You know, it's like music that really wires in like, it's totally different reality now, bro. You know, and I look at my, one of my meditations on YouTube. That's one of my most powerful meditations is the self-image meditation, and it really wires in. This is who you are now. There is no going back. And people that have had amazing results from it, it's because of that wiring and that knowing. They could feel it, and then from that point on, everything is different. So I'll go ahead and link that here in the card, like you'll see it as an info thing, and then you can also see it at the top of the description box. But that alone will help change. Now, the third thing about your dominant vibration has to do with understanding that this process is about clearing your energetic field. You got some stuff that has been accumulated in your energetic field. And it comes from your past experience and your past meaning. If you could chunk everything into understanding vibration, it really has to do with meaning. Everything has zero built-in meaning other than the meaning we give it. And that meaning you give it will then get the effect that you get out of it. You know, there's many stories of people that have had the same exact situation happen and very different results from the meaning they give that situation. So what is the meaning you're giving to certain things in your life? And based on the meaning you give it, that is going to be the result that you get out of it. However, in general, the time in your past when you gave certain things a negative meaning, it caused a jolt within your energetic field. And that jolt then caused a disruption that continued to influence your dominant vibration, even in subtle levels. So the thing that's very important to do is to clear out your energetic field. One of the most powerful exercises we did yesterday at Date with Destiny, and we did even the first day, and I didn't realize we were going to do this so much because, I made some videos about it. It's called Ho'oponopono. It's the most powerful healing modality I've ever found. And it has to do with understanding that we're all connected. And when we take vibrational responsibility for someone else's pain, understanding that the way we respond to it is what we experience in our reality, we then take on that responsibility. It then transforms in a very powerful way. So you say these 4 simple statements. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. However, whatever order you want to put them in. But in general, that's the process of saying it. It clears out your energetic field. Here at Date with Destiny, we've done like 3 or 4 exercises with it already, and you see people look into each other's eyes and do it, and they just start melting. It starts to melt away the barriers. And it's such an important part of this whole program here. It made me realize how powerful that is and how that clears out the dominant vibration of all the debris that's there from the past, the blame that we may have, the blame I may put on my past experience. With my ex-stepmom, for example, which many of you may have heard before if you watch my videos, and in different ways with different people, maybe different ex-girlfriends and stuff, healing that within myself and knowing that as I do that inner work, it then transforms also outer reality. So another meditation I have is on Ho'oponopono. You'll see it. You listen to it for just 21 days in a row, and it's just in the background. You don't actually have to do it, but you can. You can sing along with it. It's very powerful. And you think of people you want to forgive, and you want them to forgive you. And by clearing out this energetic field, by you forgiving them, you then clear out your energetic field. And it's extraordinarily powerful. So I'll put that in the top of the description box below. But in general, clearing out and understanding your dominant vibration, it's about making a choice of who you are now and deciding, this is who I am. It's about understanding the meaning you give things in your life. And then as you change the meaning, you then change the result that you're getting and condition in this new identity. Condition it in. Realize this is who you are now. But you have to become aware of who you've been, and then you have to become aware of who you really are, which is something that you find through asking questions and through understanding what you're really passionate about and through really getting in your heart. So with that being said, I'm going to put those end cards right here for those meditations. Listen to over 21 days, watch your life begin to change. And other than that, as always, I'll see you on the next vid. Peace, much love, and namaste.